Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I thought since there are so many new people, I would do a get ready with me whilst I talk about myself and just what's been going on with life. This is my intro song. That's it. That's the intro. So, I'm Nat and/or Meggy and/or Natmegy. You can call me any of those names. I call myself Natmegy because I'm a streamer on Twitch. I don't know if a lot of you know that because I know a lot of you haven't come from Twitch. But yeah, I stream over on Twitch every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at about 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, sometimes 1:32. I am a variety streamer over there. I do just chatting, Dead by Daylight, Valorant, Stardew Valley, Wildflowers, Shadow of Mordor, a whole plethora of games. I've dabbled in horror, and usually during October is when I do more horror, but not always. I also do have a gaming YouTube now, so over the past week, I decided to split my content because I just felt like the people who are here for the lifestyle and the try-on hauls and this channel weren't really into the gaming and vice versa, and I felt like I should just separate everything. Now, when I chose to do that, I was like, I have so much time on my hands. I'm so free. But I did have some things in April and May that I knew I had to attend, and it turns out they all fell within the same week that I was doing that. So last Sunday, I had an event I had to go to, and then Monday, can't remember what happened Monday, but I didn't really have a lot of time. And also it's hockey season. I'm a big hockey fan, especially the Oilers. They are just a really good team. They have great puck control. They don't start a lot of fights. And I think they are just a really, really, really good team. I'm Canadian, if you didn't know. And I live in Ontario. So you would think that I would support the Leafs. And I do. They just aren't the best team. So we've had hockey games almost every night. And then Friday, I had a event I had to go to, which was really, really fun. We went to this cool place here in Ontario. I think it was near Toronto, and it was an activity place where you got wristbands and you had to do different games, like physical games. Like one was called lasers, and you had to do a maze of lasers and not hit the laser. Or one was called Control, and it was like a Simon Says, and you just like jump, run, all this fun stuff. There was a climbing one. It was really cool. I had such a blast. I wish I could have done it longer, but sadly we couldn't. And then tomorrow, Sunday, a friend's engagement party. So all this stuff fell within the same week that I decided to separate my content, and it's been a busy week. It's been a very busy week. I had another plan for a video today, but honestly, I just haven't had time to film or edit, especially with putting all my old gaming content onto my new channel. It's been a lot. Anybody wondering like my schedule and why there isn't more content on this channel? I post a main channel video, so it's a long form video every Monday here, and I do short form content every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. My gaming channel, I do the same thing. I post short form content separately from the one you see here every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then I do a long form video every Friday. I also tend to post on Instagram every single day, and on Saturday I like to do a photo, and on Fan House I do post daily as well. And on top of that, I stream every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 1 p.m. Eastern on. So I don't have a lot of time. What else about me? I was a dancer. I was a competitive dancer. I did ballet, tap, jazz, point, and contemporary. I did do a little bit of lyrical in the end. I did dabble in hip hop, though I'm not good at it. I went to college for musical theater. I was huge into musical theater. I was a singer, dancer, and actor. I preferred Shakespeare over everything else, but I also wanted to get into theater. When I went to college, I got really, really sick, and I had to withdraw from college for illness. And I was in and out of hospitals, in and out of doctor's appointments for years, until finally I was told I had Hashimoto's thyroiditis, which is an autoimmune disease that attacks the thyroid, and your thyroid is the main contributor for all of your hormones. So my hormones were running rampant and sometimes still do, which is why I often see on stream, like I have to take it day by day because sometimes I just am not capable. I'm feeling a lot better these days than I used to be, but that doesn't mean I'm 100%, I'd say ever. I am a Virgo. I was born September 6th, and I therefore love all things plants, organization. If you know a Virgo, you know me. I love animals. I grew up with 2 cats and 2 dogs. I actually just lost a dog. Well, it's actually been maybe almost 2 years now, 2 years in August. Her name was Tessa, and it was a huge part of my stream, and she's the reason why I call my channel Future Ghosts, but I always say that you're in Tessa's army and her fight for the lack of treats for all animals everywhere, which is a fight well fought and one that she would agree with. She was a little Shih Tzu. She lived till about 19, and she lived life to the fullest. I am a big Alice in Wonderland fan. I grew up on it. I thought it was just absolutely wonderful. I spent a lot of my life in my head and daydreaming, and I just really related to Alice and her life. Like I related to talking to yourself and being like an odd one. I really loved books and reading, and her falling asleep to a book always made me laugh, and I just really connected with her. Another character I've always kind of connected with and felt a true love for was Little Red Riding Hood. And in fact, I was able to play her in the stage show. If you don't know, there's a beautiful musical called Into the Woods, which is one of my all-time favorites. And I did get to play Little Red, and it was one of my all-time favorite roles to play. I've never felt so seen. And it was honestly just wonderful. I used to teach dance. I did have a weird encounter though. My boss was really weird. She lied to the children and parents about my age, saying I was a lot older, but like wouldn't let me correct her. And in the end, I got a phone call and she let me go. And then wouldn't give my stuff back, so I had to go get it. It was a really weird encounter. She went from wanting to be like my mom to, I don't know, it was a really weird encounter. But I was a dance teacher for a little bit, and that was really, really fun. I do enjoy working with kids. It's just really fun. Besides that, I was a personal assistant. I do have a job outside of streaming, but I get maybe 4 hours a month at most with it. And it's just basically, it's still personal assistant work, but a little more specialized, and I don't get a lot of work with it. So my main source of income and my main job is content creation, which is why I do so much of it, because that's all I do. That and take care of my health, because my health has impacted my ability to have jobs. It has impacted my ability to do anything. So I am constantly trying to focus on my health and then content creation. I used to play soccer and I was in volleyball. I got tennis lessons. I also got piano lessons. I did a little bit of horseback riding as a kid. I skated, but never well. I did try curling and I loved it. What else have I done? Those are the sports that are most memorable to me, but I probably have done other ones. I was really athletic. Like I said, I was a dancer, and there's a lot of athleticism within dance. However, a little known fact, if you are a ballerina trying to get into the professional world, you just can't do sports, because if you have bruising or like cuts or even a tan, I wasn't allowed to go outside in the sun a lot, it can ruin the look of a ballet or a competition. Like it ruins it. So you're not allowed to do that. I spent every single day as a child dancing. I think I went from like 3:30 until about 9:30, 10 p.m. every single weekday. And then on the weekends, it was like 9 a.m. until nighttime. It was a very long dance schedule, but I absolutely adored it. I thought I was gonna pursue that as a career. And I was until again I got sick. However, I will say, as much as I am sad that I got sick and it sucked, I was dealing with a lot of insecurity and a lot of shame around being sick. I ended up gaining about 80 pounds in 2 weeks, and I did it by my body not being able to handle eating food or drinking water. And in that time frame, I got called in to my director's office and was told that they understand I probably have an eating disorder, but I need to get under check. And then I had to explain to them that, like, I talked to the counselor school and she would inform you that I was sick, but clearly she hasn't. So that was fun. And then I went to doctors who didn't listen to me because they said, well, clearly you aren't having the issues you're having because look at you. And that was really fun. And since then I've been working with doctors to try to get healthy again. And I've just been on this journey to love my body as it is, because I am no longer the dancer I used to be, body-wise and ability-wise, but it doesn't mean I shouldn't love my body. And if I can make another person feel confident in their body because they see themselves in me and they go, wow, I have that body and she looks great, she's confident, she whatever, and they no longer feel as bad, I've done it. Because listen, I've been there and I understand, and I don't always feel confident and I don't always feel good, but every day I strive to feel better and better. Now, something I always have trouble talking about, only because I feel like so many people don't have this experience and I feel like I'm being mean for talking about it, but I have really good parents. My parents are incredible. I really lucked out with an amazing dad and mom, and they have done so much for me, and they have always done so much for me, and they've always just been so selfless, and they've taught not only through words but through actions how you should be, and I am forever grateful for them. Like, I call them all the time. I miss them. I would love to spend more time than I am now. Like, I'd love to be in the house next door. And I know a lot of people don't have that experience, and for anybody like that, my parents have always said that they'd be other people's parents. They have always taken in our friends who didn't have the best experiences. We've always been a house that was open to anybody who needed it. So don't worry, my parents got you. I have an older brother who is 6 years older than me. And I have another sibling who is younger than me by many years. I just don't know how many years, but they are still a teenager. So I don't talk much about them just because of their age. I want to keep them offline, but they are a teenager and they're pretty great. They both are pretty great. I love water. Oh my goodness, I love water. I am a big fan of water. I am so drawn to water. If there's water near me, I have to go to it, and I want to get in it. I just want to go swimming. I always want to go swimming. If I'm at like a lake, I'm always in the water. There's something about water that just really draws me to it. Even rain is my favorite weather. I absolutely adore it, especially thunderstorms, but I love rain. I always just want to go outside and stand in the rain. I would love to get a fountain here one day, like in the house, that I could just listen to the water running. It'd be absolutely beautiful. And I love plants. As you can see, I do have plants. I have recently been able to keep a flower alive, and I felt really confident that meant that I was now at a place where I was healthy enough to keep plants alive. So I did go and get some plants. I got this Boston fern, I got a money tree, I'll do a whole plant tour one day, but I got plants and I've never been happier, and I can just see my house being filled with plants. And like, even now I know exactly what I want where, and I can't wait until the day when I can do that. Of course, I'm going to ease into it. I'm not going to just go get all that stuff because it's really expensive, and also I feel like I'd be overwhelmed and I wouldn't do good with it. Well, this is like a really strong line. On camera and in person, it's very different. Yeah, I adore plants. I want to just fill my whole house with them. Even the plants I have now, I like come into the room and I just see all my plants, and I get so happy, so excited. If you're ever on my stream, you'll know I hug my money tree, I hold it, and I let it know it's loved, because it is. It's dearly loved. I love all my plants so much. I do talk about them on stream all the time now, because how could I not? I'm gonna do my eyeliner, and I'm probably gonna get quiet because I can't do this at the same time as talking. What else about me? I am a celiac, which means my body doesn't process gluten in any way, shape, or form. So gluten and I are enemies, and I wish we weren't, because the amount of food that I want to try has gluten in it, or like I would love to go to certain destinations that I know I can't because I can't eat there. They just don't have gluten-free stuff, like that doesn't exist. And I'm sad about that because I would love to travel and do more, but I have to be careful of my health, because if I have gluten, I'm out for like 2 weeks. My favorite colors in the whole world are, I really love like a dark green, but my all-time favorite color I found when I was a kid, it is the color you get when you mix the lightest shade of blue crayon, like pencil crayon, the lightest shade of pink pencil crayon, and the lightest shade of purple pencil crayon when I was a kid. And you mix them together really lightly, like you just lightly brush it. You mix them all together, it gets this beautiful color. And actually, I was streaming the other day, and I recently realized like my stream branding and my background colors are literally that color. Like I've made it, I did it. Personally, like my favorite food is probably Japanese barbecue. I do like Korean barbecue, but I like Japanese barbecue sauces better. And the Japanese barbecue sauces tend to be more gluten-free than the Korean barbecue sauces, at least in my experience. That's what I've learned. I am a big fan of TV adult animations. Like I love Adventure Time. I love Steven Universe. I love Hilda. I love all of those kind of things. I think they're really, really fun. I think they're cute. I like video games that are similar. I know there's a couple that have come out that I have my eye on because they kind of have that same art style. I think it's really fun to go into that world. Being Puppycat, oh my goodness. I watched Being Puppycat for the first time recently. And oh my gosh, if you've never seen it, it is absolutely incredible. It is so pretty and it's so cute. And the storyline is interesting. Owl House is another just fantastic show. It's also very LGBTQIA+, which is awesome. And it just makes me really happy. Actually, in fact, I've been playing a game called Wildflowers, which is a farming sim, and it is very inclusive, more than any game I've seen so far. And I'm very impressed with it. Ooh, I'm an insomniac. I guess that's another thing. I've had insomnia my entire life. I just can't sleep. And in fact, I've been like looking into it, and I almost wonder if I have, I don't know what it's called, I can't remember, but it's like delayed sleep pattern. Basically what it means is like your sleep pattern is different than the rest of the world. Like if I can go to bed at like 4 or 5 in the morning, I get a normal amount of sleep and like I wake up feeling refreshed. If the day ended and everyone went to bed at 4 in the morning, I'd be perfectly in the same sleep pattern as everyone else, but they don't. So I tend to just lay in bed awake. I have learned though in my life that it is important to just lay there even if you aren't sleeping. So I don't like get up and work or anything. Like I stay laying down, because even if I can't sleep and I just rest and close my eyes and like allow my body rest, it tends to make me a lot more capable of doing stuff the next day than if I were to get up, do things, and then wait till 4 a.m. because then I don't actually get any restfulness. So that's something I've learned to do, which is just not sleep, but like put on a podcast with some sleep phones and lay there until I either fall asleep or the next day comes and it's time for me to be up and ready to go. I don't tend to wear lip color often just because my lips don't look good with color on them. I usually either go in with like it looks like this, it's lip gloss, and it's like, it's not really colored, but it works. Or this is the only thing that works for me enough. It's the Essence Day 8-hour lip liner. It's waterproof. I also am pretty sure it's gluten-free. I feel like I wouldn't be wearing it if it wasn't. I hope it is. I think so. I've been wearing it. I don't wear it often, but it's the only one that I find works, and it's because it's basically my natural color, just like slightly darker and like ever so slightly. Yeah, even then it's not my favorite. I feel like it works, but I also sometimes just feel like a child who got into her mom's makeup. It's not the best. Those are some things about me. If you'd like to know anything else, just put it in the comments below, and I might do another one of these where I answer your questions. If you'd like to see more of my content, don't forget to subscribe, give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.